Welcome back to Mojave KY. Thank you guys a lot for joining for this video. This is a video where we're going to do a change of the oil on the Silverado. So it's a 2017 Silverado. It's due for its oil change, about 5,000 miles. The computer went off and said, you know, give me an oil change. So it looked to me like, you know, less than 20% oil life, according to the computer. And we'll get right into the oil change now, and I'll see you on the other side.
No, I'm not a writer.
Okay.
Okay, so these are the items you're going to need to change the oil. It's not that much different from any oil change. We need to take the drain plug out, and for that we have a 15 millimeter. I am using a half-inch drive, but you can probably get away with a 3/8 drive. I'll let you know when we take that off how tough it is to get it going. We have a filter removing tool. I think I just got this at like AutoZone or eBay. Essentially you put this sucker on the filter, tighten it, and pull, and it just loosens it. It doesn't actually put it back on. You're going to do that by hand. We got a funnel, just because I don't like dumping oil on the side of the engine, especially with these ridiculously big jugs here. So I'm using Valvoline 0W20. It is Dexos approved oil. It's full synthetic. I like to use the full synthetics. We got a catch basin here for the oil. This one's kind of nice because it's got a handle and you can tighten that one up. And then I got a Wix filter. Part number for the Wix filter is 57045. I'll put that in the description too, so you have it. But a simple little Wix filter. And the Silverado takes 7.8 quarts of oil, so just about 8. So I'd get yourself close, check the dipstick, top it off, and then be done with it. So let's start taking some oil out. Filter's here, it's blue. You can see that from the other video. And then the pan's right here. It is, well, I guess it's a new truck, man. That pan is clean as heck. So we're gonna take this tool, again, like I said, you just kind of spread there, set it on. Looks like I gotta get it around here. And it's a little challenging, this location. All right.
Ooh.
So it's loose now enough that I can do it with my hand. So again, put your catch basin. It's gonna drip right here. I don't know how else. You can see the oil dripping down the sides already. I'm gonna let that bit of oil come out first. All right, so it did drip a bit. So I just I let it kind of drip the rest out, and then I think we're off right here. Dump the remaining contents in here, and then I'm just going to let this drip a little bit. Always check around here to make sure the O-ring of the oil filter didn't come off and stick up here, because double O-ring isn't twice as good, it's twice as bad. Alright, so we're going to prep this while we're waiting for that little bit of oil to drip out. Got our filter. We're going to take a little bit of the oil and prime the filter a little bit so it doesn't have to fill it up the entire way. Then I'm going to take a little bit of this oil that's around here and get the O-ring lubricated so that it sits nice on there. And again, make sure this O-ring from before didn't stay up in the engine, in the mount. I guess it's not the engine, it's the bottom of it. All right, So get that going and let's go put it on. So we're gonna take the filter and put the filter on, and then we'll drain the rest of the oil out. We got it lubricated and a little bit of the oil in it, and literally you're just finding the screw and screwing it on. Okay, so we're gonna take the drain plug out. Just, you know, set this. Again, this is a 1/2-inch drive, so this is pretty strong drive here, and it's really loose. So you could use a 3/8 drive. I didn't know how tough that might be. It wasn't tough at all.
Push that
and I'm just gonna do this with my hands. It comes out pretty far usually, the stream of oil. So make sure always when you're doing these drain plugs that you know, kind of hand tighten and hand untighten, just to make sure you don't cross thread this. And there we go. So we'll let this go for a bit. Should drain. It's nice that it actually doesn't hit any of the parts. It actually just drains down. On our Ram, it hit parts, and that sucked. So let's put the drain plug back in again. You know, get it going with your hand.
Yeah, just shove it in there real deep.
Kent's trying his hardest to get us demonetized in this damn video. Jeez.
I'm embarrassed.
So it's a little challenging with your hand, but honestly I can get it almost all the way there. So it's on. Move that out of the way. Hey, only one drip. That's pretty good for this job.
Get you a man who's good with his hands.
Tighten this up. Just snug. That's tight. All right, so we are drained completely. Now let's fill it up. Here's the oil, right? It tells you right on it, if you don't know already, what oil it recommends. A 020, which is a little odd in my opinion, but it is what it is. So again, this is kind of like my Camaro, where it's way on the side here. And I think it would be difficult to pour that, especially with these giant 5 quarts that everybody's trying to get you to buy. So use a funnel, and hopefully Kent doesn't kill himself here. Here's our dipstick here. Get that out of the way. All right, I think I'm gonna have to hold the funnel and pour it.
Okay.
All right, let's pour it.
First of all, what went through my mind is how stupid am I to actually volunteer for this.
Go.
San Diego State money. Okay, so from the info pages, that's where we're at. I think most of you probably will have it set to the speedometer. Just go down till we get to oil, and then our little check mark on the steering wheel, we're just going to hold that until it resets. So oil is reset. Truck now knows the oil has been reset, and we're good to go. Okay, so no real surprises in this oil change. I can tell you from location of where the filter's at and the location of where the drain plug's at, this is a pretty simple one. I had a Ram 1500 before this, and the filter was right above some of the parts. So when you take that filter out, it would drain oil over the top of the other parts. So I think the only things potentially that are kind of unique is that it takes almost 8 quarts, which is a lot of oil. I went down to O'Reilly's and actually got 2 of their specials, right? Because I don't know if you guys go and get your own oil, but the specials are always 5 quarts. Yay, because whose car takes 5 quarts? My Camaro takes 10, so it literally takes 2 specials to get enough for her. And then the Silverado takes 8. The Mustang takes 6.5, so it's a challenge when you're doing that. But anyway, so I have an extra filter now. Sometimes I'll do just swap out the filter in the middle. Oh, and the last item too that's oddly unique about this, take 0 W20, which is really, honestly, I thought that was more of like a Euro weight, but it takes 0 W20. So just so you know, depending upon where you live, I guess, you know, being here in Southern California, our temperatures are very mild, so probably could get away with, you know, a 520 or something like that. But it says 020, so we use 020. All right, that was it. Clean, easy, taking the oil out, doing the oil change, new filter, new oil, reset the truck, and you're ready to go. And until next time, keep modding.